Hey, besties, welcome back to my Chronically Cozy Life and season 2 of my podcast series, Cozy Chats, where we talk about building a life and a business with chronic illness or neurodivergent brain. My name is Randy, and today's guest is Helena. She has an online shop that sells Bookish gifts. Love Bookish stuff. She
Yes.
sells sleeves for books and Kindles and so much more. She is coming to us today from the UK. So excited to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's so great. I love meeting so many people from all over. Like I'm in Canada.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
and yeah, and so and you're not even the farthest away person that
What?
I've actually had on this podcast
That's
from me. I already talked
insane.
to somebody from Australia as well.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
yeah, it's so great like that I get to connect with people from all over. I love it.
100%. Like, I love the community and how, like, everyone can connect online, like, nowadays. Like, it's insane. Absolutely love
Yes.
it.
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of bad things said about social media, but also when it's used properly,
It's
like,
great.
right? It leads to so much.
Yes, I love
Yeah. So
it.
I think you probably found me on Threads, yes?
Yes, that's right, yes,
Yeah.
one of my friends, they had actually, I think, tagged me in a post that you'd done, for chronically ill and
Nice.
neurodiverse business owners, and from there,
'Cause I
yeah,
love the community.
yeah, it's amazing,
Yeah.
they've been really supportive and, like, shouting me out on different posts as well, so I'm really grateful for
I love
that.
that.
Yeah, it's really
Oh,
sweet.
that's so hard to find,
It's
really, like, to
long.
find a friend that's gonna call you out, like, all the time and,
It's
like,
it's
give you that
amazing.
shout out
Yeah.
and remember your name and all the yeah, those are
It's
the
great.
real friends, right?
Honestly, like, it's absolutely amazing to have their
Yeah.
support as well, like, like, from the first time they ordered a couple of months ago, like, they've really helped
Yeah.
out and everything, which has been it's been so amazing seeing the community,
I
honestly.
love that.
Me too.
I love that so much. Um, so please, let's start. Tell us about your journey with, chronic illness, neurodivergence. Where are you at?
Yes, so I was actually recently diagnosed with autism around last month.
Oh,
I had
wow.
known for quite a while, that I had autism. The signs were definitely there. Um, but the thing was is that I didn't really kind of do much research into it until like during COVID. And then from
Mhm.
there, in the UK and stuff, we have like the NHS and the waiting lists. And unfortunately, I love the NHS, but the wait list was 6 years, which basically meant that
6 years?
6 years. So, I felt like I wanted like an answer to that kind of a bit earlier. So I was able to go through like a platform, Right to Choose, in the UK,
Mm.
which basically lets you be able to kind of get that help a bit earlier and stuff and a diagnosis as well, which was it was really nice
Nice.
as well to kind of have that confirmation of something that you've kind of known for like quite a few years now as well.
So is that more of a online process, or are you actually working with
Yeah.
a doctor? Like, what's that one
Um,
like?
so I originally talked to my doctor and they put me on the Right to Choose platform. They told me like you can pick a provider that does this and then went from there. So I went with a company that they were honestly lovely. They personally did online. So they had like an hour
Nice.
of meeting you on like online and hearing your story and doing all these forms beforehand.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, some of my friends have done like in-person ones, but this one was specialized for online and stuff, which
Yeah.
personally helped me as well with like the chronic
Yeah.
pain and stuff as well. Kind of having more the comfort of your own home definitely helps a bit as
Yeah.
well. Yeah,
Yeah, when they can make it accessible like that, because I find that,
100%.
like, that's one of the crazy, like, things about,
Yeah.
getting diagnosis is most of the time it's not accessible to the people who
No,
need it. Like, you have
it's
to go through such a process that's, like,
true.
classically difficult for people with, like
Yeah,
yeah, it's insane. And the waiting times, yeah, I think Canada and the UK are very similar in that, like,
yeah,
we
it's like
have like, you guys have, like, more like the universal healthcare the same as we do, right? Yeah?
yeah, we have the
Yeah.
NHS, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, we have the healthcare, like,
Yeah.
which is great, we don't go broke, but
Yes.
we always have to, like, wait for
Yeah, 100%.
yeah,
Yeah. So it makes it
that's so,
so much
like
harder.
so
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And you said you have chronic pain as well?
Yes, that's also recently been diagnosed for me as well, which, kind of coming to terms with that as well. Like it's been something that's happened for a
Yeah.
few years now, but it definitely helps being able to kind of work at home and doing something I love so
Yeah.
much kind of thing, but also having the days
Absolutely.
where it's like kind of like if I have to work less, I can manage that kind of because of the pain. And then if I have like better days where there's not a flare up, I can do more work. So it helps a lot more
Yeah.
compared to a mainstream job where it's like work 8 hours or have a set many hours a day. So it really does help in that regard, kind of having that freedom
Mm.
a bit more as well.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't it? And like there was no way that I felt like I could focus on chronic illness or neurodivergent because
Yeah.
man, there's just so many of us who have that crossover. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
It's like when our bodies go wrong, they decide to just go horribly wrong, like
100%.
full malfunction.
100%, yeah, and it's like, I think it's good to kind of have like, being able to see kind of people opening up about it more online as well, like and kind of seeing that
Mhm.
community as well, like chronically
Yeah.
ill and neurodiverse, like small business owners as well. It's nice to kind of have that sense of not feeling alone because like working from home,
Mhm.
it can have those moments where it's more like
Yeah.
kind of feel a bit more like alone with it because it's like
Yeah.
it's not a job where it's like, oh, you're in an office with loads of people kind of thing. So, yeah, I think in that regard, it
Yeah.
really does help to kind of have that sense of community, especially online as well.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I'm like, part of me is like, well, thank God I don't have to be in an office with other people because
Yeah.
I don't want that. Um, that sounds horrible. I hate
It's so
that.
true.
But yeah, it is lonely. And like,
Yes.
that was like my big motivator for creating the Creators Club and
I
like
love
starting these
that.
podcasts and stuff
Yeah.
was to like make it feel a little less lonely because
Yeah.
like chronic illness is lonely enough. But like, I
100%.
don't know about you, but I don't have anybody IRL that actually understands what I do.
Yeah. One of
Like,
my best friends definitely, she has similar kind of things to me. So in that regard,
that's good.
it helps a bit because actually she was kind of the one who said to me like about like the neurodiversity and the chronic pain kind of thing and the
Yeah.
reasons why because she kind of gone through it herself. Um, but yeah, otherwise I feel like if people don't go through something, sometimes it's hard to fully
Yeah.
understand like what's the pain's like, which is understandable, like kind of thing. And I think it's
Yeah.
just
I
having
mean,
someone who understands that as well and what that means. And I
yeah.
think it's sweet.
But, like and do you have anybody who understands, like, the being an entrepreneur, like, having your own business and what it takes to do that?
Yes, basically,
Nice.
yes, kind of, I'd say like the community, like of small businesses. I joined one of my friends, like her working calls and stuff every Tuesday.
Yeah.
She does them with basically a bunch of small businesses every Tuesday,
That's so
and
cool.
we can like get together and talk about like anything small business related, life related,
Yeah.
like anything like that. And I think that really helps because like a lot of us can like bounce ideas off each other and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
I really kind of do recommend like having for small businesses as well. Like, then being
Exactly,
able to
yeah.
have that, like because previously didn't have that. And it helps to feel like, oh, is this month, how's this month for you? Or what's worked, what's
Mhm.
not worked? And I think that really helps with it
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm building in my, like, Discord group and stuff because, yeah,
100%.
it does, it helps so much to have that
It really
community.
does.
It is insanely important, and, like,
Yes.
the more this community grows, the more I feel connected, the more I feel
Yes,
like I'm actually, like,
it's
succeeding
insane.
at something, I
Yeah,
guess. So, like, it's
it's
just
so
amazing, and
it's nice.
I've connected with just, like, the greatest people, and I've
100%.
had some, like, really amazing chats on this podcast so far too.
100%, like, and seeing everyone, like,
Yeah.
commenting and stuff as well, like, kind of underneath the post as well that I did and other ones that have kinda come up on my, like, feed and stuff for threads as well. It's like, it's so exciting to kinda see everyone kind of finding that, like, in, being able to celebrate, like, kind of their, something that may feel like a difference to them, but it's actually,
Yeah.
oh my god, like, all these people, like,
Yeah.
are going through the same thing, like, and I think that helps.
And my gosh, is this not the most creative community ever?
I know, right?
Like,
Like,
have
oh,
you looked through have you looked
yeah,
through my directory and some of
yeah,
the, posts? Like, the different
insane.
jobs and, like,
Yeah,
businesses people have started
I
is
know.
so diverse.
It really
Like,
is.
so I started my directory, and I think I
Yeah,
had, like, 3 or 4, categories to start
yes,
with, very generic, and, like,
it
so
has
and then,
you.
like, every time I got new people, like, applying, I
Yeah,
had to add new
I
categories.
love that.
And I just had to recently, like, because I had, like, a small shops category,
Yes.
and I just recently had to, like, expand that out into, like, different shops and
Oh my
categories
god.
because, like, there's just too many. There's too many
It
different
is.
options and too much creativity.
Yeah.
Not too much. There's so much creativity, and I love it so much, but,
It's
like,
good.
I love the diversity.
It's amazing, like, honestly, seeing everything
Yeah.
that people do, whether it's gifts, whether it's services, whether it's, all these
Yeah.
different categories, like, it's so cool to see everyone's creativity coming out in their own way, whether, they kind of have, their own art style, whether it's, they have like for me, it's like working with my best friend as well. She does art. So
Yeah.
I'm not an artist. Like I cannot draw for the life of me. She really can. So honestly, like she does all the bookmarks, she does all the stickers, like, we collect
That's so
ideas together.
cool.
Honestly, like, she's
That's so fun to be able to do it with a friend.
100%. Like she's an absolute
Okay, so tell us more about your business. Tell us how it got started and everything.
Okay, so I
Mm.
always loved like business in high school. It was one of those things where it was kind of like what you thought was like a distant dream. Like, oh, I'd love to own a business someday, but I never kind of
Mhm.
seen anyone around me doing it kind of thing. And then
Yeah.
COVID hit. COVID was in my last year of high school. So I left school when I was 16 and then so for a year or two at school anyway. And then I was like researching into kind of what it would mean to own a small business as well, looking at setting up on Shopify. Um starting my own website, and then it just went from there really. And then I set up in September of 2022. Um, it's just been like a passion project because I'd always loved reading since like the age of 5. Um, and then basically it kind of collated together from 2020 when I started reading again due to COVID. And I was like, why don't I combine both of them and kind of have that as a job? And just
Yeah.
went from there. It's just I never thought you'd get to this
Love
point
it.
kind of thing.
Yeah. So it steamrolls,
It
doesn't
does. It really
I
does.
think that's actually, like, that's a really common,
Yeah.
experience for a lot of entrepreneurs. We're like and especially, like, those of us who are neurodivergent, because like,
100%.
we don't half-ass anything,
No.
right? Because
No.
like, we just have an idea, and then it's like, "Well, I guess I'm doing that now, and it's
Off I
my
go.
whole life.
Yeah, off I
That's my
go.
whole personality now. Let's go."
100%. And I think as well with like kind of one of the traits that I definitely would say I have is perfectionism and, kind of want to get things right and kind of learning along the
Yeah.
way that sometimes not everything you do is going to be like perfect and it's like a learning curve. And I think that's something that I've really had
Yeah.
to learn over time as well. But it's definitely kind of one of the autistic traits that I've noticed kind of come out a lot in the
Mhm.
business over time, I think, which is the main thing.
I think I've noticed tell me if you've noticed this too, like, I've noticed more of because I'm not fully diagnosed, I like to say I am now peer reviewed.
Yes.
Um,
I love that. I was peer reviewed, yeah.
some people have confirmed we all get along. But but, like, as I keep learning more about it, I
Yeah.
find that, like, just running a business in itself, like, brings more of these things out. Like, I feel like if I
100%.
wasn't running a business, some of these traits might not be as huge of problems
Yeah.
because I wouldn't have to be, like,
Yeah.
the time management thing, that
Oh
one's
my god.
huge for me.
Yes.
I have, like, the time blindness and hyper focus, so, like, I'll
Yes.
get into something I have to have, like, 50 things set
Yes.
to make it work, right? What are some of the things that you do
Oh, well.
that
Um
you do to, like, accommodate yourself?
Okay, so I always do a to-do list at the start of every week. I have a weekly
Yes.
to-do list. I have my planner, like my set planner I like to use. I will write down any appointments at the top kind of thing, and then I'll do any tasks for the week kind of thing and separate those out. Um, I would say that I'm a very kind of I will go based on the easiest task first, kind of work up to the
Smart.
hardest ones,
Yeah.
and go from there. And I think it also helps with like kind of being able to highlight off things and being able to kind of see that routine as well. And also kind of keeping a
Yes.
routine at home, because the thing is that since working from home, it's easy to kind of fall into like, oh, I'll just relax a bit more kind of thing and have
Yeah.
that hours. And, I think
Yeah.
it's going to help to have that routine as well. Like, I'm going to do this at this time, get this done, and then, have lunch then. And, I think it helps a bit as
Yeah.
well to have that. Like, it's important to have the structure 100%.
The having a planning routine and having structure for sure, like, those
Yes.
are so important, and I can definitely,
Absolutely.
like, when I let the structure slip or I don't take my time to plan out things a little bit, like, it all falls apart right away.
100%.
What do you do, though, when you have those, like, "I just don't wanna," like, "I cannot,"
Oh, good.
days to,
I
like,
have
push yourself through and get to it?
I have those days 100%. It depends, I think. Like, it depends on how much the pain level is or if it's my own
Yeah.
motivation or both.
Yeah, I
Pain
mean, like, sometimes it's just a, "Well, today's day off," but,
yeah,
like
today's the day off. My body's
yeah.
chosen. Today's the
But,
day.
like, okay, so the days that you're not, like, fully
Yeah.
canceling, but you're just like, oh,
Oh, yeah. I try and tell myself that at the end of the day, no one else kind of is running this. This is me. I have to kind of
that's
keep it
so
going,
good.
regardless. Even if it's doing the easier tasks of the day, if it's, like I make sure every day to respond to like customers' messages,
Yeah,
um, doing stuff like emails, getting those done daily, TikTok,
yeah.
those kind of things that at least feel like you're not totally letting it slip. And then
Like a
from
baseline
well,
level of a to-do list,
yeah.
right?
Yes,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, I always have that kind of baseline, like, I will do this, and then at least if I do that, I feel satisfied after that.
that's
Anything's an
good.
extra. And I think that really helps to be able to not do too much of the perfectionism sometimes on
Yeah,
the days where it's like, I think it's when your mind or body's telling you to rest, it really is important to listen to it, and try and work
100%.
through it best I can. But if it's really saying like, no, today's a day off, I will take
Yeah,
the day off kind of thing, which it's been quite hard to learn with perfectionism with the
it
autism.
is.
It's very hard to
Yes.
learn as well.
It's definitely, like,
Yeah.
um I find, like, probably the thing that most people say that they struggle with is, like, learning to pace themselves, and, like,
100%.
it feels like there's no I can give you, like, a lot of different ideas of how to go about pacing yourself, but I can't really tell you how to be okay with pacing
No,
yourself, and
exactly.
that's, like
Yes.
so, like, I've had to just, like, accept I'm
Mhm.
not okay with pacing
Yeah.
myself,
No.
but I have to, and
Yes.
it's the same as a speed limit.
Isn't
If I
it?
don't,
Yeah,
there's a consequence.
for it.
If I stay under it, whether I want to or not,
Yes.
I can keep
Yes.
going, and nobody's gonna
100%.
stop
Yeah,
me,
'cause
like,
I mean, honestly, like, when I've learned it kind of the hard way, like, when I kinda
don't
didn't
we
know
all?
as much yeah, so I didn't know, like, much about, like, how the autism was tied to perfectionism. I
Yeah,
kind of just took it as, like, kind of even on the days where I felt like, like, I don't really wanna do it today, like, kind of,
yeah,
just, like, motivation, and then I'd kind of be like, "Right, I have to get this sorted and stuff." But yeah, it was like it's weird because then I realized, like, I'm gonna burn out, and I did burn out quite badly, about a year ago, from not listening to myself. I ended up having,
yeah,
like, about a week and a half burnout. I could not do anything apart from respond to customers, pack orders. That was it. And
yeah,
I couldn't do any, like, Instagram, like, posting, et cetera. It was just, like, I totally burnt myself out. So I was kind of teaching myself at the end of the day, it's better to do a smaller amount per day, but keep it consistent, than do
yeah.
absolutely everything that you could get done in a week and do it in one day and then burn yourself out for ages and then be hard on yourself kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like, yeah.
My it's like I mean, I've heard addiction,
Ye
described this way, like, you have to
yes.
hit a rock bottom and
Yes.
know what rock bottom feels
Yeah.
like to be able to recover and actually like,
100%.
why is using our energy like a frickin' addiction
It's
to
such
us?
a
Like, we just
it's
can't stop,
insane.
like, despite the fact our
It's so
body is
true.
like, "Hey, hey, hey."
100%. I think it's, like, overestimation of, like, how much we can
Yeah.
actually do, and it's, like, in reality, what
I've
most people
never
yeah, like
I've never known people to be so motivated as the people who physically cannot.
100%. Yeah, like, it's so true, and, kind of having that drive as well, like, seeing
Yeah,
everyone have that drive and, with a small business as well, like, Instagram sometimes and the TikTok algorithms, and they constantly
yeah,
change, and, I
so
think that can
much.
off put a lot of people and kind of being able to still work through that and seeing people work despite the challenges, that there've
Yeah,
been as well with shipping, like, EU
yeah.
shipping has obviously come
Oh
into
my
effect.
gosh.
USA shipping and their tariffs have come into effect within the last
Yeah,
a year, like, kind of thing, and that was with the US one was in the last few months, and seeing people still work through that and all of us found a solution, like, as much
mhm.
as we can to it for now.
Yeah,
Like, it's so cool to see as well and how everyone, like, kind of collaborated together as well to be able to say, "This is how I set my
yeah.
US shipping up," like, to help everyone out as well, which is
Oh, that's so
Mhm.
good, I
It's
love
so
that.
sweet to see, like, everyone on Threads and stuff was like, "Guys, how do I set up my US shipping?" And then there are people who comment and like,
Yeah,
"This is how you do it XYZ and stuff," and
yeah.
it was so cool to see that as well.
I do try as much as possible, like,
Yeah.
not to gaslight the information, like,
Yes.
as a coach, obviously, like, I want you to pay me for all the information, but also, like, I'm not gaslighting or not gaslighting, what's my word for this? Where to go?
Yeah.
Gatekeeping,
That's it.
gatekeeping, see?
Yes.
Brain fog. The gatekeeping, I try not to
100%.
gatekeep these things because,
100%.
like, they're so, like you shouldn't have to pay so much
So much
to be
money.
able to run a business. Like,
No.
it's insane
Yeah.
how much, like, these businesses that claim to wanna support businesses
Yes.
wanna just, like, crazy overcharge, and even, like, other service providers lately,
Yes.
like, it's so difficult to find people who wanna just
100%.
actually help out a
Support
little
each
bit.
other. Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's
mean, like, obviously, I don't wanna give away all my shit for free, but,
no,
like
no. It's like
yeah,
I feel
if
like
it comes
like
down to being able to, like, give you
yeah,
a quick answer, I'm gonna give you the quick
yeah.
answer. I'm not gonna try and, like, hustle you onto a call because, like,
No,
we
exactly.
just don't need that style of business anymore.
No.
That's the cozy business way, we don't do
Yes,
that. I
exactly.
actually just had a really fantastic conversation with a
Oh,
woman who, like, ugh, I asked a question on Threads about my website, like, I was looking
yes.
for an opinion on a plugin,
Oh,
and
yes, like
all
the
I wanted was the
consumer.
opinion on the plugin, and,
Yes.
like, I got bombarded with, like, emails and pitches of people who wanted to, like, build me a whole website, like, they didn't even look to see that I have a
Oh
website,
my
and
god.
I'm I was like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah,
She actually answered my question, gave me the opinion that I was looking
I
for.
love
I
that.
just wanted to know what plugins people were liking right now, like,
Exactly.
you
Like,
know?
there's so many
And
options as well.
yeah, and then I got on a call with her and she just like walked me through it and then was like, "Okay,
That's
well,
so
like if you need
sweet.
more help with that, let me know." And I was like,
I'll
"I
take
absolutely 100% will, and
it.
I will let everybody else know too that you will
Yeah,
give them help because like thank you."
that's so
Like that's
sweet.
all we ask,
Always.
right?
Yes, always, and
Like
I
that's
think
all we
it's so cute, like, honestly having that, and,
Yeah.
I think it's also especially, like, the small businesses helping the small businesses, like,
Yeah.
they're in touch with, like, especially, like, how hard it is at the moment with the current,
Yeah.
like, economic climate as well to, be
Yeah.
able to get those sales and how much everyone is struggling with the, like, economy as well, like, and then they help each other out for free and, it's so sweet, like, help out where I can as well, and it's really sweet to see everyone kind of being able to come together.
Big business hustle culture is just not the thing anymore. It's
No,
not the vibe.
no, like,
It's not what we want, and I don't think it's what consumers want for the most part
no,
either.
I
Like,
don't
I think that a lot of these big businesses are going to run themselves out.
yes, I think
Like,
in a way
they're gonna keep
yeah,
they're gonna keep putting out trash, they're gonna keep charging more for trash, and people are just gonna go find another way.
I think it's, like, also like, I think with small businesses, they are more in tune because they don't have, like, some do, but some don't have, like, a huge warehouse and a huge amount of staff
Mhm.
running it. So then it's more
Yeah,
personalized as well, like, kind of when
yeah,
I see, like, orders come through and I see names, like, I kind of see
yeah.
them, I'm like, "Oh my god," like, I remember these from
You
conversation
have
with
a
them and,
connection, yeah.
and, like, kind of seeing them and being able to talk to them and then kind of
Yeah,
writing your thank you cards and stuff as well, which is something we're big on as well, like writing thank you cards,
I love
showing
that.
everyone like how grateful as well that we are, like, and like giving out free gifts, like that kind of thing with each order. I think like also shows that, it's more personal from a small business because
Mm.
it means a lot more than kind of numbers on a sheet, kind of
Yeah.
thing for us. So
Yeah, like, I'm so excited when I have that little, like, notification that somebody bought one of my things,
I
like
know, right?
and, like
It's so cute.
and, like, you understand all the different points of view, like, I
Yeah.
I noticed this in, like, when I started job hunting after, like, I lost my last job,
Oh,
and so many people, like, they don't seem to know the different roles, right? So,
no.
like, I was, like, looking for jobs as a content writer, and these
Yes.
people were looking for employees who wanted to work as a content writer, editor, marketer, social media manager, like,
Yes.
that's the roles they were asking for,
Yeah.
whereas when you run a small business, you know what that takes.
Yes.
Like, I know
100%.
that those are 5 different job
5
listings,
different
like, those
jobs.
are not the same things
No.
because they take so much to do each
There.
thing.
Like, 100%.
Like
Like, managing every single social media platform that comes out nowadays,
yeah,
like, there's new ones. I'm not even on all the new ones, honestly, like, Lemonade.
I'm not on any of the new ones, I don't think.
Haven't I like,
What
the
are
most
what
recent
are
one
you
was
on?
Threads. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at Hannah's Bookish gift
Yeah,
store, and then I also have my email list kind of thing, which is personal, for them, and then I also have Pinterest, as well,
gotta
like,
love Pinterest,
love Pinterest, obsessed with Pinterest,
right?
um, and I think it's like having not spreading yourself too thin, like, kind of
Yeah,
with how many platforms because it literally has been a a social media manager.
yeah.
It's being a content creator for each platform. Juggling
So
each
much.
platform every day on your
Yeah.
own is something that, like, this is something I spoke about, like, with my friends as well who run small businesses, like, how many hats everyone wears who runs it,
Yeah.
like, it's absolutely crazy to me, like, I never knew this before starting the business, and then once
No.
you really kinda get into, like, the nitty-gritty of it and everything, and you see everything, and you're like, "Oh, wow, this is, like, the job of what
Yeah,
10 people would have in, a big
yeah.
business, and you're doing it all on your own," you know? It's
I talk to some people sometimes and, like,
insane.
they're like, "Why do you know so much?" And I'm like, "Because I have to do
I have to
10
do
people's
everything.
jobs just
Oh
to
my god,
run my business." Like, I've
100%.
had to learn all of this all by myself because I can't afford to, like, pay other people to
Of the other
do
people.
it.
Yeah, 100%, like, I'm very lucky in the fact, I will, like, pay my artist as well who does help out, a lot, like,
That's lovely, yeah.
I could not do the art on my own, like, I don't know how
Yeah.
people honestly, like, I commend anyone who also does
So
everything,
talented.
and then on top
I'm
of doing all the art themselves, on top of the social media, on top of, being able to do the day-to-day tasks, packing orders, getting,
yeah,
spreadsheets done, taxes done, like,
yeah.
everything. It's and I
I've
can
thought
see
that
different
too because,
right.
like, I struggle to find times to, like, just sit down and write, like, to write the
Yes,
blogs, and that's even
yes,
still fairly businessy. Like,
yes.
that's not even fully stepping out, but yeah,
No,
when you're a creative person, you have to fully step out of
step up
business mindset to,
100%.
like oh, man, yeah, that must be hard.
It is, like, I
I do
honestly say
props to all the artists out there doing their
100%,
things.
like,
Yeah.
100%, like, when I see it and, the amazing work they create, like, oh my god, like, to have that talent is insane. Um, like, my talent's more so, like, obviously, like, the sewing part and stuff, and then when things are busy, like, mum's also helping, that kind of thing as well, the
Aw.
sewing, which is really sweet because, like, sometimes also, and it's like however many orders and you're making homemade stuff and, you know, it's like
Mhm.
there's only so many hours in a day. Then it's like, you
Yeah.
need sometimes that extra help to get everything done, especially around Christmas. That is definitely the case.
Oh, yeah. Do you have, like, a boost in orders right now?
Yes,
That's
definitely,
so good.
and it's also, like, the kinda time where I'm doing more so, like, I've seen so many big businesses at the moment doing Black Friday deals for the month, which I'm like, "Oh, wow." So it's kinda keeping up with them, but then I'd also had the idea of, like, I wanna get rid of, like, some stock kinda thing, move some stock, be able to bring in some new stuff for the new year.
Yeah.
So I'm kinda doing more discounted bundles, like end of line bundles, which
That's
are
nice.
perfect condition, literally perfect condition. It's just, I wanna get the extra stock out my house kind of thing.
Yeah.
So the honestly, like, the people absolutely love them. I just did that the
Yeah.
other day. Yeah, literally yesterday, I sent an email out. We have only well, I did have only 4 and then I found more, but the 4 sold out in the night. Literally, like, a few hours, they sold out.
That's
Um,
good.
so I'm gonna be doing some more. I found some more stuff in my storage because there's never ending storage at this point of stuff. Um, and kind of be able to do some more of them and, bring in some extra offers and stuff. So it's like more kind of unique for me than what I'd normally do, like just a discount site wide. It's kind of more
Yeah.
something different. It's more limited, as well and unique because the bundles go for like, crazy cheap prices.
Yeah.
Like I think the last one was 75% off. So
That's
it,
so good. Yeah.
it's insane.
That's
It's
nice.
insane. It's insane. And I think it's also important, like as well with like Christmas time, it's a very stressful time for a lot of people as well. I think that's something I've learned over the years. And,
Mhm.
having something that's affordable, it's not going to break the bank is something that's really important to me as well. So being able to kind of provide those bundles, which are, it's a lot of gifts for a cheap price. That's something that's important to me because,
Yeah.
people who don't have, as much income and, kind of thing, being able to
Yeah.
provide, like you get like 8 things within the bundle, you can separate them out to other people,
Yeah.
like Bookish and stuff if you want to. And, that's something that's really important to me as well as kind of showing the neurodiverse side and the chronically ill side is,
Yeah.
being affordable for people while not
Yeah.
compromising on quality. Like sometimes it happens. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
That's another thing that I like with, like, working with this community is,
yeah.
like, the understanding of, like, we're not really, like, all in the capitalism, right? Like,
No. Oh god.
yes, we capitalism because we have to,
Yes.
but we don't try to, like, top it, and
No.
that's just, like, generally most of us just
Exactly.
don't have that goal.
No.
Like, it's just a very common thing that I've noticed, like, most of us are like, "Hey, if I could just, like, sell my things and
Yes.
do my thing," like, me,
Exactly.
I'm just over here, I'm like, "If I could just help, like, some cozy little entrepreneurs build their cozy little businesses
It's
and
so
write some
cute.
vlogs and stuff, like, I'd be
Yeah.
so happy." Like,
Exactly.
if it just as long as it pays for me to, have my medication, feed my dog,
Exactly. Oh
be
my god, love
cozy.
dogs. Like
Yeah.
it's a need. Like I'm sorry. Like
Buy books.
yes,
Yeah.
buy books. Honestly, buying
Yes.
books is a need. Like
Books are so expensive.
I
So
know. Like, oh my god, we're lucky here in the fact of like, there are some like discounted stores and stuff. There is
Nice.
some crazy prices for books and I guess it's like the rising cost of everything to manufacture, job
Yeah.
prices and wages, like anything like that. It's
Yeah.
everything's kind of going up in price and then you see like the rise of books prices has gone from like 7.99 to 10.99.
Yeah.
9 well,
And I just
9.99.
don't think the authors are getting enough of that.
No.
Um,
No.
whenever we have a book, like, on the
Yeah.
back where it says, like, the price, it always has a
Yeah.
Canadian and US
Yes.
price,
Yeah.
and ours is always, like, so much more.
Yeah.
What does yours look like?
Oh, wow, okay, so we have
Do you get,
the
like, a UK and American,
yes.
or
Yes, normally UK and American off the top of my head. I've actually got a book here, so I'm gonna double check.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, this one is UK only, so that's not much happening.
Oh, okay, there we
Sometimes
go.
it's UK only. This one's also actually only got UK, but sometimes they have like UK and US kind of idea, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, the price
Is it more expensive for you?
no,
For the
it's
UK or the
more
American?
expensive for the Americans, I believe. Like when they kind of
Oh,
come and
let's look
stuff
at
and they
that.
see the prices of the books for mine and they're like, this is so cheap. How do you guys get books so cheap? And we're like, it's just like the price difference. I mean, I know they have conversion rates and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
ours is generally cheaper. I'd find,
So
especially
I
at the
wonder.
discount store, like, for here, like at one of the discounted stores here, you can get 3 books for £7.50, which is maybe like $11 ish in US
That's really
dollars.
good.
I know, right? So that
Which
really,
would be probably like 13, $14
yeah,
Canadian.
yeah, and I'm sure it's like that per book for you guys, right? Like I think for one book, isn't it? Like,
Most of our books, do I have any books around me? Of course, I'm in the office, which is our music room, so
oh my
all of the
god,
books are in the yeah.
yes,
My husband and I both have our own collection of things, so, like,
yes,
sometimes people will see my book collection, and they're like, "Oh my god, has your husband let you buy so many books?" And I'm like, "Please let me come show you his music collection."
Jen,
And so, like, he
everyone
cannot
has
complain about my book collection because I'm not
yeah,
gonna complain about his music collection,
exactly,
and we're just gonna live harmoniously. And then
exactly.
also, we, have planned the last couple of our vacations around places that would have fun bookshops and record shops.
Oh my god,
So, like,
stop.
one of our more recent ones, we went to Portland, and Portland has a
Yes.
bookshop that's, like, the size of a city block. It was phenomenal.
Oh,
100% recommend if you can go. Also, I mean, if you're gonna go to the States, Portland's the place you wanna be.
100%.
Um,
Yeah, and one of my friends
Especially if you
was
look up the, like, news on them right now, it's good times.
oh my
But
god.
yeah, they have, like, this amazing bookstore, like, we spent so much I lost my husband entirely because he wandered off to look at books, and he's not even a book person, like
Honestly,
and he just, like he
yeah,
was like, "Oh, book on dogs,"
yeah,
and, like, started
great,
reading about the dog.
stop
Like
it,
and I, like, wandered off to find different
stop
books,
it.
and
Oh
then,
my
like, the
god.
other times, like, we spent, like, going to different record shops, like, it was so
That's so cute. Like, I think
that's
it's like supporting each other's hobbies at the end of the day. Like, if one
right?
has like, loves like reading and one loves like,
Yeah,
whether it's music or like gaming or
yeah.
whatever it is, and then, kind of thing, like it's feeling each other's hobbies at this point.
We
So
can
it's like,
really, like, support and understand each other's,
yeah,
like, love and obsession for them
cute.
too, like, the need to
Exactly.
have and buy and collect too, like, yeah,
Yes.
no, I'm not gonna reread all of the books constantly, he's
No,
not listening to every one of these records constantly,
no.
like but
But that's
neither of us needs to explain that to each other because we know why
exactly.
we wanna have that
Yeah.
shelf of things.
Yeah, like, it's like a choice as well, and I think also, like, the aesthetics as well, like, I'm sorry, but there's
Yeah,
nothing prettier than a pretty bookshelf. Like, at the end of the day,
right?
like, so I think
I wish I wish my camera moved.
I know.
I would take you to show you my trophy shelf.
Oh my god, like, honestly, mine in my room is, like, absolutely my office is organised, my bookshelf needs organised, admittedly, but I do like organising by kinda author, like, kind of alphabetically
Yeah,
and stuff like that, so easy to find, but it's still a bit
yeah.
different at the minute, but
I have my shelves in my room, which are
yes,
very, like, aesthetically organized, like, they
yes,
don't have, like, a by author or anything, it's more
yes,
just by, like, how they look together and everything.
yes,
That's the one I call my trophy shelf because those are all the books that
yes.
I've, like, actually read.
Oh my god,
And
yeah.
some of them, like, there's a good chunk of books on that
Yeah.
shelf that, like, I have not read that physical copy because
Yeah.
I listen to it because 'cause I'm big on audiobooks.
Same.
And then if
Like,
I, like, really like the audiobook and I, like, really need to have that series or
I will get the
whatever,
book.
I
Like,
but
I will go get
right?
the book 100%. I'll be like, "Right, okay, I listened to this on
Yes.
Audible, I listened to this, using
Yeah,
script or whatever." I think it's called Everend now, I could be wrong, but,
yeah.
I'll listen on there or I'll listen on the library app, for free as well, and then, I'll be like, "I want the book." Like, at the end of the day, I need
Um,
the trophy.
have you heard of Libro FM?
I have. We have our own version. Some
Oh, do you?
places I think you can get it here. I could be wrong. I don't think my area allows it, but there is Borrow Box for us. It's like the UK libraries and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get like there's
Um,
audiobooks.
Libro is not the library.
Yeah,
Libro is like it's like Audible in that like you pay for a
yes,
subscription, but they're like just super supportive of the
yeah.
authors and
I
indie
love
bookstores. So
that.
like you
Yeah,
sign up and you get to pick your indie bookstore that, like, in your area that you
Oh
want to support,
my god.
and a portion of your money, so it's like you're buying the book from
Yeah,
that indie
from that.
bookstore, not from, like,
Oh
the big
my god.
corporation,
I love that.
and so
Yeah.
part of your money I know,
Oh
right?
my god.
I love them
I love
so much, and they have such an amazing selection, and they
that.
have you can make playlists, and so, like, I have a couple playlists on there, I'll try to link them below here.
Yes.
I have a
Yeah.
couple playlists. I have one
Oh my
that's,
god.
all fiction stories of people
Yeah.
with disabilities and chronic illness,
Yeah.
and the other one is all stories of mental health and neurodivergence.
I love that. Like, there was literally a
I
few of
love
them
them
that
so
got me
much.
into reading as well, like, kind of, there was The Kiss Quotient as well by Helen Huang, and that was amazing
Yeah.
autism rep. Like, oh my god, like, that was the first book, like, kind of that made me feel really seen, and kind of in literature as well as, Am I Normal Yet by Holly Bourne. That one was absolutely amazing. Um
I'm so glad this is recording right now because 'cause I'm just like, "Here, let's make a list."
Nicholas, honestly, like, I'd say those 2 are really amazing, like, kind of writers as well, and having those and, then kind of something that also transpired from this was kind of from going through mental health myself as well, kind of being able to create a mental health range as well on the website, was something that was like seeing like the
Yeah.
different, whether it's anxiety, whether it's depression, whether, OCD, like, borderline personality disorder, anything like that. I was able to put into like checklists and stuff. So then people can find,
Oh,
books that they resonate with. And then also like the,
love that.
50% of the proceeds as well go to charity from each sale as well because like mental health is something I'm so big on and being able to
Yeah.
read books when you're going through a tough time and you actually see a character that's going through the same thing as you do like in
Yeah.
real life, like I think that really helps people to be able to feel less alone as well, like being able
Yes.
to read like about chronic pain or neurodiversity as well, like I think also the mental health part and being able to read about it, like
Yeah.
I think can really help out people. So it definitely helped me. So I was like, why
Yeah.
not try it, and see how it goes. And
Yeah.
it's been amazing kind of
That's
seeing
so
people's
lovely.
reaction to that as well. Like,
Love
it's so
that
cute.
so much.
It's so
My most recent one was Fourth Wing, and I'm hypermobile, and she was
oh my god,
hypermobile.
yes.
And, like, in that same kind of like, almost close level of hypermobility
Yes.
too. And so, like,
Oh my
that one was really, like, some of the ways that she, like, described
mhm.
pain, and then some of the ways, like, the way her dragon, like, stood up for her and, like, was like,
Oh my
"No,
god.
you can do everything everybody else can. Because you know how to, like, put up with pain and the strength of it."
100%.
And, like, I wish I could code it properly. That one was my most recent, like, "Oh, love
That is
this."
on my shelf. I will say, like, I have to read that. There's about 50 unread books on my shelf currently, which a lot of my friends say isn't much, but to me it feels like a lot at the moment. But yeah, Fourth Wing is one of them. But like there is also like the aspect as well of kind of having like the different sections of the website as well, I think, which is nice. And then, the dragon book sleeve as well. Like that is
Yeah,
I like what people have told me is Fourth Wing coded with the
yeah,
dragon. So I was like, okay, I need to maybe actually
yeah,
read this now and see like what books are
yeah,
not about, kind of thing. And honestly, like fantasy for me, like I I need to get
yeah.
into it more. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo is my favorite book
Love that
of
one.
all time.
Oh,
And honestly, I think that it's ruined fantasy for me in the best possible way because I go to myself, I will never find anything as well done as that book for me. Like I just
that one was so
it
good.
was amazing, and the fact that they cancelled season 3 of the show was just that was rude. Like,
Rude.
like,
So
there was
rude.
over, like,
That was Firefly rude.
yeah, there was, like, over 100,000 or something, I think, like, signatures to bring that back, and they didn't bring it back, and I'm like, I understand it's
Rude.
expensive series, but, like, come on, guys. Like, Netflix, we know what we want.
They
We want
did well on it,
the
like, so I get
oh,
it, like,
wow. Like, honestly, the
their
casting,
graphics and stuff
I
were
know,
oh, the casting
right?
was so
It
good.
was immaculate. That is the best casting that I have ever seen in my life in terms of how, like,
Yeah,
realistic they got it to the actual description. Like, I was, like, blown
that's
away.
so hard to find.
Isn't it? Like, you see so many, like, adaptations where sometimes it's like, do they look, like, similar? Like, I know that's kinda, like, you know,
Yeah.
it's the acting ability as well. But I feel like as readers, we have this image in our heads with what the
Yeah.
descriptions of the book of how they like kind of, you know, turning out to like look and stuff. And then it's
Yeah.
like brown hair and then they're blonde. It's like, well, like,
Yeah.
well, different than what we imagined. Or
And just, like, sometimes, like and okay, so I mean, like, if the way they looked was not, like, a big part of the book, it wasn't, like, a reason somebody
then
fell in
it's,
love with
yeah,
them or a
yeah,
big just then fine,
yeah,
whatever, change it, like, okay, cool. But, like, when, like, the love interest or whatever describes, like, just loving the color of their eyes or something like that,
yeah.
and, like
And then it's
and
not
then they
comparing
change
the
it, and I'm
color.
like, "Guys, did you read the
Did you
book?
not read the
Like, did
book?
you"
Where's the
This is basic, I coulda Googled this
That's
fact here, what
myself,
did you
you
do?
know? Like, if we need, like, to, you know, change, like, these, like, 100%, I
Yeah,
think bringing it as realistic as possible to what the, you know, kind of what the descriptions are, I think is important, and it's something you see a lot
yeah,
in kind of, you know, on Bookstagram and Book Talk where they're like, "Right, this would be my perfect casting for, you know, this person," and honestly, I think that in my opinion at least, like I didn't see much critiques of the Shadow and Bone cast at all because it was so
yeah.
close and realistic. Where I was like, that cast and director needs a raise. Like, I'm sorry, they need
Yeah.
like, you know, they need a raise 100% because it's insane.
I've been like I've been sitting here racking my brain. I remembered I watched something recently where that I thought they had nailed it. It wasn't a book adaptation, it
Oh,
was cartoon to movie, but
yes.
the How to Train a Dragon.
I
Have you seen
haven't
the like
seen it
real life
yet.
adaptation?
I need to
I think
see
I
it.
think if you liked and loved like the cartoons and the
Yes.
characters in the
Oh my
cartoons,
god.
they nailed it. Like it
Yes.
just seemed like they literally pulled the cartoon person
From it.
out, made him real, and
It's
just like
insane as
put it in
well.
there. And like
I
that
love
was just
that.
like it was the most like the voices were even like
Yeah,
close.
well,
And
how
I
you
don't know if
thought
they
they
did
were.
some like tweaking in that or
You
whatever,
no
but
clue for that one, but it's insane, isn't
yeah.
it? Like,
But
seeing
you yeah,
kind of
you
how
just
they
don't
do
see a
that.
good adaptation very often.
No. Like, honestly, I
Yeah,
feel like it's very hard. If you've already read the book before you go in and watch the movie or
yeah,
you see the series, it is very hard. Like, I will normally read the book beforehand. There has been 2
always.
occasions, maybe 2, I have not done that.
Yeah.
I did watch Six of Crows, well, Shadow and Bone, I watched that first, then read Shadow and Bone, and then read Six of Crows. Um, I wasn't ever one to get into fantasy, and I was like, "I don't know if I can do this." Then I had my best friend, like, kind of explain it all, and it helped visualize it when it went into a fantasy book, which
Mm,
I think is, you know, good to kinda see. And then, the other one I did was Behind Her Eyes, on Netflix, which was absolutely so underrated. Like,
don't know if I
no,
have.
honestly, not many people I don't think know about it, and it is one of the best, like, adaptations I have ever seen, and the way that they did it, like, the characters were on point, like, the acting was phenomenal in it, where I was like, you know, like, the plot twist, I was like, "What? Is this even possible?"
Should I read it first?
I honestly, this is gonna sound
Now that you did it the other way around, should I read it first or should I watch it
I
first?
think watch it first. Honestly,
Right.
I'd say watch it first. Like, it's quite surprising that I say that, but I
That
honestly
is,
do
yeah.
not regret doing that order at all. Like, I think the book was slightly more detailed, but I think the visuals of the show just
As it usually
absolutely
is.
made it where it didn't make much difference to it. I know a lot of times they cut out a lot from, like, the books to the movie or series.
Yeah.
For me, it didn't matter as much with this one. It still was really effective.
Oh, I'd love to
Where
find that.
I binged it in like I I can sometimes binge a show, don't get me wrong. It was one series. I binged it in like 2 days. Like I was absolutely like I could not stop watching it. Like I was like, you know
Give me a
what?
good pain day. I'll
Like
binge a whole series in a day.
okay, 100%. That was me the other week with Sullen Sunset on Netflix. I
When
was
you
like,
just
you
like
know
wake
what?
up and
Yeah,
stay in bed and turn the
yeah,
TV on.
yeah. Honestly, it was me like Sullen Sunset the other day. Came out of season 9. Took me a day to watch that. It's great. It was great.
Amazing.
Honestly,
I
yeah,
love it.
it's great.
Um, Helena, I'm going to cut us off here because I feel like we can probably talk about the book of it all for like so long.
Yes.
I love book conversations.
You too.
Yeah.
Always.
I definitely, like, when I built my Discord group, I
Yeah.
had, like, all of my, like, for, for businesses categories and stuff, and then,
Yes,
of course, I have my for funsies category, and the first
exactly.
one I added was, like, "Let's talk about books,"
Oh,
'cause, like, and
100%.
then everybody was like, "Hey, books? I like
Yes!
books," and, like, I was
Love
like,
books.
friggin' group of chronically ill and
Virgin
neurodivergent folk,
loving
like,
books.
obviously, we have book
Yes!
lovers here.
Honestly, and I think so many, like, either
Yeah.
neurodiverse or, like, chronically ill people do go towards books more so as well, is what I've noticed
Yeah.
at least as well.
Yeah.
So then it's, like, really a huge community as well, which is
Yeah,
so
it
lovely.
just builds that connection. So
It really
please
does.
give us the whole pitch. Tell us where to find you, what you have, the whole thing.
Okay, so you can find me on helenasbookishgifts.com, and Helena's Bookish Gift Store on Instagram and TikTok. So yeah, we sell book sleeves, Kindle sleeves, bookmarks, indie author bundles, mystery bundles, and basically anything. We're currently like expanding on so many areas. So we've got wristlets coming, that kind of thing. Maybe laptop sleeves at some point. That is definitely
Ooh,
a debatable one, but we are hoping that it's kind of coming soon as well. And yeah, like there is so many different bundles coming for Christmas too,
nice.
which super excited
Awesome.
for, and hopefully
This
get them in
video
soon.
might be coming out after Christmas,
Yes,
but
but if not, there
um
is lots of
but if
different things
not,
you can get.
and
I can
currently
ship
are you
that.
shipping to the States and Canada?
I am. I do request anyone from Canada can just go straight on the website and buy. Anyone from the US, I do.
Because UK and Canada, we're besties.
Exactly. And then US, I do ask that anyone who does want to purchase it, they could just DM me on Instagram or TikTok. I'll open the shipping up because of the taxes at the moment. It changes per whatever product people are buying. So whether it's a book sleeve, whether you're getting a bigger bundle, the taxes and shipping change. So I have to open and shut it at the moment for each person. So it's a
Yeah.
DM to order kind of thing at the minute. But otherwise, yes, ship
Nice.
to both, which is great.
Love it.
So.
Love it. Amazing, Helena. Thank you
Yes,
so much for
thank you
coming
so
and
much.
talking with me and telling me your story. And
Yes.
I hope that some people maybe took away a few tips on how we are, managing our
100%.
neurodivergence and our businesses.
Yes.
If anybody wants to come and share their story and their business on the Cozy Chats podcast, there's going to be links down below. Everything that we've talked about, I will try and link down below, but I know there was a lot talked about. And I will see everyone next time. Bye.
See you guys.